Good evening. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates and Crystal Clear Weather. If you haven't had a chance to check out the TikTok page with Crystal Clear Weather, please do so and follow it if you're on TikTok. I'll share the link occasionally so that you can find it. I have shared the link a couple of times yesterday. So, at any rate, I wanted to go through. I didn't have time to put a forecast together today. I was excessively busy at work, so before I head home, I just want to do this real quick. So let's go through what we're going to be possibly looking at in the overnight hours. This is starting off around 9 p.m. tonight, and you can see there's some storm activity out in Iowa, and then that will begin to progress across Illinois in the overnight hours, beginning to push into northwestern Indiana by the 5 to 6 a.m. time frame. And then as we get farther into the morning, this is by 10 a.m. We could be looking at anywhere from a decent line of storms to some isolated storms kind of ahead of the line. It remains to be seen how well this is going to develop, but there is actually a decent amount of moisture in the atmosphere. So hopefully we can squeeze a decent amount of rain out of this. Right now I'm thinking widespread, a quarter to half inch of rain in Madison County with some localized heavier amounts. But who knows, if this hits just right, maybe we can squeeze a little more out of it. At any rate, again, this is around 10 a.m. And this is just a model, but I think the timing is relatively correct. So this is the High Resolution Rapid Refresh, or HRRR model. And so we advance on through, and this by noon, you can see kind of the line is still hanging around and pushing its way through the state. And here's by 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and we can see the skinny little line right there that's the actual back edge of the cold front beginning to press through, and then that'll move on through by this is 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Most of the activity then should be on the way out of the county. Another thing we want to watch for as this cold front approaches is the winds will begin to become very strong in the overnight hours through late tomorrow afternoon. And so this is around the midnight to 2 a.m. area time frame that our winds will begin to crank up here in the Madison County area. But the strongest winds will remain to the west. We'll still be gusting in the probably upper 20s, lower 30 mile per hour range through much of the overnight into the morning. Then as we're this is around 6 a.m., then we begin to see more consistent wind gusts over 30 miles per hour. And the main wind show then will show up. This is around 9 a.m. as the initial part of the front comes through. And you can see that the HRRR is putting out, somewhere in the 35 to 45 mile per hour range on wind gusts. Then there'll be a bit of a lull as this advances through, but not much. I mean, we'll maybe drop down to the 20s, and then as the main front begins to press in during the afternoon, we'll once again gust in the mid 30s to up around maybe 40. Then as we're getting into the later part of the afternoon and starting to get close to trick-or-treating time, winds will still be gusting, somewhere in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range. And those stronger winds are going to hang around and not really begin to drop off until just after midnight or the very early hours of Friday morning. And of course, with this strong of a front pressing through this rapidly, that brings in the potential for severe, which has been in my forecast pretty much since Halloween came into the 7-day forecast. But where you have a marginal risk for severe tomorrow, you can see there's very little in the way of tornado outlook. It's mostly well to our southwest. Our main threat tomorrow, of course, will be damaging winds. And again, some of those winds could do some damage even without thunderstorms. Non-thunderstorm winds will still maybe gust over 40 at times. So there may be some stronger thunderstorm gusts that we'll need to watch out for. It's not a storm that's going to produce much in the way of hail either. So if any severe pops up tomorrow, I'll be sure to cover it. But I just wanted to walk you through what we should be expecting. Again, by the time we get to Friday, things should be pretty quiet. So again, we should begin to see rainfall increase by the pre-dawn hours of the morning, lasting on and off through the morning until about the 3 to 5 p.m. time frame tomorrow. So this is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great day.